Well, Mikel, you said tonight was a beautiful opportunity and you've absolutely taken it. Your thoughts on what you've seen from your team tonight?
Well, it's a beautiful evening. A very tough match when you're top opponent to play against. And yeah, we had the first 10 minutes a bit shaky where we had to adjust things, and credit to them because they break our press and they had true situation they could run, and they are very dangerous there. And after that, we grabbed the game a little bit without creating, apart from the two big chances of Victor, too much, but more control in the game. And the second half, the way we started, it was amazing. We really turned things up. We were very efficient in everything that we did, and I think we deserved to win the game.
So what did you say or maybe adjust at half-time? Was it one for an old-fashioned rocket, or was it more kind of a tactical aspect to it?
Rocket is great, but it's not enough. Against them, you have to be really meticulous and understand really well the timing of things when you do them, and everybody working together to achieve that. And we adjusted, and the times were right, and then the players were super efficient in what they did. So big credit to them, because against this team it's not easy. You
spoke beforehand actually about the importance of being ruthless against a team like that never knows when it's beaten. Was that key tonight when you got your moments? You had that spell in the game where you took almost every chance.
Yes, and that's the difference. You know, we have created a lot of chances in the last few weeks, and we needed scrappy goals to win the games today. The quality of the finishing and the way we put the ball in the final third, in the box, it was top, and that made a difference.
And I think I asked you beforehand, how important is Gabriel Magalhaes? How important is Big Gabby, not just as a defender, but with all the other stuff he brings?
Right.
We saw
today, he was a great example. He comes back after 6 weeks out. It should have been probably 8. He comes early, straight away in the team against probably one of the best strikers in the league, and how difficult it is to mark him. And the impact they had in the game, I thought it was tremendous.
Just to clear something up, Mikel, from the end of the match, you went to shake hands and Unai Emery had already gone down the tunnel. It didn't seem like that kind of match. Have you spoken since? Have you cleared things up? No, any issue from your point of view?
No, not an issue. I mean, sometimes we are in this moment, no problem at all.
Okay, just to finish off then, how beautiful an opportunity, to use that phrase, is 2026 for Arsenal, looking at where you are, top in the Premier League, top in the Champions League?
Well, it's been a great 2025 in the personal level, professional level. The way these guys and the club and the staff made me enjoy my work every single day. And 2026, we know what we want. We're going to have to work really hard for it every single day. But I think we're in the
right. About there being no Declan Rice, and Jamie talked about the strength of the bench. You know, they've got these players coming back now. Both of those two, Kai Havertz was on the bench as well. So it's as much about the players that are coming back for them now.
Yeah, of course it is. And, Gabriel there and Gabriel Jesus are massive players for them. Gabriel at the back, centre-half, we talked about leaders and, how they go about. They've missed him massively since he's been out, and tonight he was colossal. Obviously getting the goal, but his all-round play was fantastic. He marshalled Ollie Watkins. Of course, Ollie scored, but he was fantastic when he was on the pitch. And Arsenal have got a fantastic squad, probably one of the best in the league. We've alluded to that as well. So if they can keep these players fit now, going into like you say, the January's, March, February times now. It's going to be vitally important when you come to that back end of the season. We've seen it in previous seasons where they've fallen away. If they can get everybody fit, they're going to be a team that everybody wants to beat.
He's vital to them at both ends of the field, of course, isn't he? Gabriel is such a threat on set pieces. You wonder whether they'll miss Declan Rice more with his set piece delivery, but they still have players who can take them, but he gets on the end of them.
He's always there. Yes, we can look at the goalkeeper, it's a mistake, but how often does Gabriel create mistakes from other people? People just feel nervous around him. You think of Newcastle earlier in the season, Nick Pope coming for something, not getting there. I think he gets the touch. People nervous when he's in that box. He has an effect on people. Now, he's a big lad, but normally that's the effect that you'd see someone who's 6'4", 6'5", Duncan Ferguson, if you like, in the past. But Gabriel, as I said, that's what I said early on in the season. In both boxes, he's the most influential player in the Premier League. You look at the defensive record at Arsenal and what he does set piece-wise, and we know, and don't get criticised for it. Maybe there's a few jibes, if you like. It's not a foul.
He just jumps.
No. But listen, they rely a lot on set pieces, but it doesn't matter. They score goals, they're amazing at it, and they've almost changed the Premier League and made everybody else look at set pieces, because look at Arsenal. look at the results there, getting the points, to pick it up on the back of set pieces. And it's made everybody else, as I said, look at set pieces, long throws now, because what Arsenal have been doing now for the last 2 or 3 years.
He's got 17 goals from corners in the Premier League as Gabriel. We'll go on to the second goal, and Zubimendi, who got the second, Ashley?
Yeah, of course, and I think Villa undid himself, to be honest. But it's the way that Unai wants to play. Playing through the midfield. Obviously, Tielemans plays it into Jadon Sancho. They lose the ball, and Odegaard. You've seen it so many times. As soon as he's in that position, he's looking to find the pass, and Zubimendi makes the run. And I think the two centre halves need to get in tighter there, but they didn't, and he gets on the end of the pass and scores the goal.
Yeah, I think Ashley's right there. You can look at Aston Villa and say, OK, should they be playing through there? But that's how they play. They entice the opposition onto them. They show real courage playing through the middle. And you think of what we showed at half-time.
Yeah.
That was Aston Villa running through the middle of that mid. Sorted out at half-time, and it paid dividends at the start of the second half for Arsenal.
And then Arsenal really put their foot down, didn't they, really? I mean, they could have settled for 2-0 and tried to sort of shop. And this is where they kind of allowed their fans to enjoy the rest of the game, and they started to enjoy themselves as well.
Yeah, they did. They got really on top here, and I say a mistake from Luca Digne, but it just comes off his knee, and Trossard there, he's got one foot on his head to get his head over the ball, take the shot, and it's a fantastic finish from the edge of the box.
I mean, what a player he's been for. He was brought in as almost like a squad player a couple of years ago, but he's forced himself now into the team, and he's almost first choice on that left side, and he always pops up with goals. Fantastic addition from Brighton.
If you think that he's kept Martinelli on the bench, Eze's on the bench.
Yeah.
Guys, well played. Brilliant result. Breathtaking second half. Gabriel, personally for the two of you with your goals, but also for the team, how special a night was that?
I think it was amazing, It's always hard to play against them, They have brilliant players. They come here all the time, and they hurt us, And then obviously it was clean that at the beginning of the game they tried to delay the game. Everyone could see that, but the mentality of this team is something that really, really grow. And then each game is growing even more. So I think we won today because of the mentality.
And did we see tonight how much you've missed this guy?
For sure. I said after the last game straight away when they asked me about him, at the moment he stepped on the pitch, you could see the difference of, our backline, the way we defend. This guy loves to defend the same way I love to attack. And then obviously he loves to score goals as well.
So your teammates have missed you. How much have you missed being able to help them out on the pitch?
First I want to say thanks God, because it was a bit difficult days for me. And I always want to help the team, but now I'm so happy to be back. And yeah, I think today was a brilliant day for everyone, how we work together. And yeah, I think we need to keep going. And yeah, we are so happy.
How important was your goal, well, to you, but also to the team? Because the first half was difficult, wasn't it? Really sort of complicated for Arsenal.
Yes, like Gabi said, it's very difficult to play against them. They want to delay the game, but we know we play at home, and the second half we just pushing, and yeah, we scored the first goal, and after the team was unbelievable.
And how special was your goal to you? You started the year with a goal. You'll remember on New Year's Day against Brentford. You end the year with a goal, but we all know in between times it's been very, very difficult for you.
It's very clean that why I'm wearing this T-shirt, because Jesus obviously saved my life from the beginning when I was born, but I didn't know that. And then obviously through the tough moment in my life, I realized that we are nothing without Jesus. So I want to glorify his name, because he make a huge difference in this tough moment. So now in the shines moment, I want to glorify his name, because, to start the year, the way I was playing, confidence back, and then for some reason, the Lord stopped me, and then I could learn a lot of things, what I can do better as a person, and then and as a human being. So yeah, I think it's amazing how Jesus work on our lives. Sometimes you just keep question, doubting yourself, but you never know what's going to happen, what Jesus prepare for you. So I just say keep going, trust in the process, and trust in Jesus.
Trust that influential as well, and that one getting the assist, so a goal and an assist for him on the night. Gabriel Jesus scoring just 55 seconds after coming on, so with one of his first touches, and again his first goal in the Premier League for Arsenal since New Year's Day at Brett. So a long time to wait for the goal. It was very, very tight in the first 45 minutes. We had to wait a long time for a goal. It came in the second half. And these are the stats in comparison. 7 shots for Arsenal, 3 for Aston Villa, just 1 on target. No shots on target for Aston Villa then in the first 45. Arsenal had 6 shots on target and scored from 4 of those. Aston Villa had 3 shots on target in the second half and scored from 1 of those. Birthday boy Ollie Watkins with the goal at the end. It shows, I guess, Jimmy, the dominance of Arsenal in the second half.
Yeah, and look, with all due respect to Aston Villa, they have done exceptionally well in the first half as well, their previous matches. But when it comes to the nut of it, this game, first half, yeah, quite level, but then the moment that Arsenal puts a notch on it, Villa couldn't handle Arsenal. And that's just the difference of the caliber of players that Arsenal has, and at the end, Arsenal was way too good for Aston Villa.
Arsenal delivered a massive title statement with a commanding 4-1 victory over Aston Villa, controlled the game and never allowed Villa away back. Ian Wright's reaction summed up the mood perfectly as he went wild after the final whistle, boldly declaring there was no chance for City if Arsenal keep performing like this. He praised Arteta's leadership and the squad's hunger, highlighting how calm, ruthless, and focused they looked on the big stage. This wasn't just another win, it was a loud declaration that Arsenal are fully locked in on the title race. Fire soccer ball.